Welcome to Questions of Africa. Let's get right into it. Some name whatever said, not sure if you have covered this specifically before in any way, but have you talked about flora and fauna that are unique to Africa? I think that would make a great video. African countries have some of the most interesting wildlife I've ever seen. Your videos are amazing, by the way. Thank you, sir. Yes, thanks for the suggestion, and it's one of those big subjects that would take some time to create as we want to cover as much as possible. Off the top of my head, some animals which are like kind of local to the continent are like the okapi in the Congo region and the Waila ibex in the Ethiopian region, I believe. Lee Fang says, thanks for your great work. Thank you, sir. Are there any books or other resources that deal with African history, cultures, politics, geography, which you would recommend? Unfortunately, it's tough to find books on Africa. However, we are in the social media age and there are a plethora of channels dealing with Africa and all its greatness. I'll probably be showing them up here, or you could see it in the links below. There's so many great channels you can look at that will give you a plethora of information. It's kind of difficult to find those. John Kelway says, Hi, I love your channel. I'm British and I live in France, and the media never talk about Africa and we don't learn anything about Africa at school. So I really enjoy watching your videos. Thank you, sir. My question for you is, which African countries are doing the most to protect their amazing fauna and flora? I've been to Namibia and it was absolutely breathtaking, I'm sure. It seems that they have been trying quite hard to protect wildlife for a while now. Yes, Botswana was and probably is still the most protective country on the planet when it comes to its wildlife. Namibia, Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa are also nations that do that, but if you actually look at it, it's because those countries, the wildlife is a big part of their economy, and so they do everything to protect it as much as possible. Other places also protect the animals, but those countries in those regions generally are the most protective of all of them. And surprisingly, even countries like Central African Republic or Gabon, they also protect the gorillas. But anyways, on the opposite end, Algeria, Mali, and Ethiopia are usually the worst when it comes to protecting their wildlife. Iman Monaghan says, I'm an anthropology student and love your video format of interesting short form videos. Thank you. I would love to see a video on the languages of Africa. Yeah, don't worry, that one is coming. It's just that there are so many languages with so many, variations and things like that, and we would really not want to miss any of them. So we're trying to figure out how to come with those, if we're gonna make like one huge video about it, or we're gonna maybe break it down into different regions, just to get over a lot, because trust me, there are so many. Anyways, this guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's asked about 3 times now. Nice accent. Where are you from? Well, if you're African, you would kind of figure out where I'm from, but for those who cannot still figure out where I'm from, I am from this region right here. Put in the comments below where you actually think where you actually think I'm from. It will actually be interesting to see if how many of you are right or wrong. Daisia said, could you make a video on African myth? African myths are so intense and interesting, and there are so many all over the continent. This one is also like the languages. We may split this out into regions, or maybe do like a weekly session on different myths, because there's so many interesting things that I even find out on a daily basis regarding this. Constipated Wonka. I don't know why that I'm actually laughing around. Constipated Wonka says, if gospel and local Afrobeats are more popular, can you make a video why they are so popular on the continent? Well, Africa has the most Christians on it compared to other continents, even though it's about 45% of the African population. So because there are so many Christians, gospel would be, a very big genre of music. And as far as hip-hop not being at the top, hip-hop originated in America, and so Africans are kind of behind in it. So that's why Afrobeat is a local beat, and so it's something people of the African continent more stick towards too than others. Afrobeat is not like the only music there, but it's part of it. It's one of the big ones, and it's the one that's even reigning in other places right now, like even in the States. I'm seeing that it's actually becoming a big thing. Alex S. I recall that at one point Ethiopia was called Abyssinia. Why was Ethiopia called Abyssinia, and why did they change its name? This one is kind of one of those topics that not that many people know about, but Abyssinia was Arabic, and Ethiopia is of Greek origin. However, there's no clear time or why it switched. People say 1974, some people say 1935, some people say it was Haile Selassie that did it, but I don't know, it's just something that went back and forth. If there are any Ethiopians watching this video, can you just let us know? Thanks. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave questions or comments below and it will be addressed in the next video. Will we see you in the next one?